Hello Libra, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. How you doing, Libra? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. Got a couple of decks we're going to use for the overall energy for the week ahead, and that is the Kipper. We're also going to use Lenormand. So we're going to get some energy here, and then we're going to throw some tarot at it, see what we can figure out about what's coming up for you. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Welcome here, Libra. If you're brand new, never been here before, I hope you'll stay, and if you always keep coming back. You're my ride or die. Thanks for doing that. I appreciate you. Hey, at the end of this, I'm going to tell you about some sales I've got going on for private reads. I'm also going to tell you about how you can find the extended if you're interested in that. Tell me about Libra. What do we need to know about Libra? All right. All right. So there's something new that's about to begin here. I feel like you're in a new cycle. Feels like there is something new that is going to be showing up. And I think the new moon comes up on the 24th, actually. It's not very far away. And so it feels like you're in some sort of a new cycle. And that's because the Stork's here. So we do have the Queen of Hearts here. And the Queen of Hearts is dreamy things, right? Compassionate, kind, empathic, but also the dream state. Also, you know, things that are going with the flow. This the Storks usually bring news of either a pregnancy or they bring news of something new. They always come back home. They always come back to the nest. It could be someone who has decided to come back home. Could be that. It could be you. And then we have the Cage here. Now, it's card number 33, Eight of Pentacles down in the bottom right-hand corner. It feels like you've worked really hard to maybe come out of your shell or come out of, it feels like you're ready to, it's like you're ready to give somebody the key to your heart, or you're ready to come out of your shell. I'm looking at the cage, and the cage door has been left open. And so with the key here, it feels like, and the rose representing love, it feels like you are ready to possibly put yourself out there again, possibly get your heart out there again. I want to say that maybe the last time that you had your heart out there, it didn't work. And I feel like you've got more lessons under your belt since then. I feel like your emotions are far more stable. I also feel like you're far more secure in your life. It feels like you're very secure and stable. It feels like maybe you own a home, or maybe you have a place to live, or and I mean, it feels like a bigger place to live is what I'm saying. So maybe you've sort of upgraded your life. The King of Hearts is here, and so that's the King of Cups. And so it feels to me like you are very steady, sturdy. You've got some stability in your emotions, or that you've grown up emotionally, or maybe you're ready to come out of the cage and hit the labyrinth, right? The labyrinth is here, and the labyrinth, of course, can be a little bit confusing. It can feel like forever until you find exactly what it is that you want. But I think that you've got the universe on your side here with card number 43, which is a 7. 4s and 3s, I think you might be seeing a lot if this is resonating. Tell me more about Libra, please. Okay. We've got family room, we've got imprisonment, and we've got the privileged lady. Bottom of the deck, we have a child. This in the future is all kinds of indications that something new is about to show up, and possibly feels like it's something that you've been looking at from a distance. I feel like you've been healing. Card number 17, I'm a tarot reader, so usually everything to me is like, I liken it to the major arcana in the tarot, and 17 is the star, and that is healing, but that is wish fulfillment. I feel like you wish to bring things home or have love in the home. It feels like you're ready for a new cycle, and the child being here, something new is coming. But card number 18 is the moon in the tarot, and so it does feel to me like there is something that is about to show up that maybe you're not expecting, or maybe that person's already shown up, or maybe the situation is showing up, right? I always see you guys as the creatives, but it does feel like there is something new that's showing up, but it's only showing up because you've decided that you're ready. You're ready to see it. You're ready to look at it. You're ready to get some stability in your emotions, and you're ready to go out there and look for what you want. Like we do have 3 doves here. We have someone who's got a red dress here, and it looks like you are looking for love, but maybe you've been traveling the labyrinth for too long. And maybe you don't feel like it's there's anybody out there for you that matches you. We do have imprisonment here, and we have the family room. I think you're staying home too much. I think that maybe that you go out when you need to. It's a necessary go out. And I feel by that I mean that maybe you don't socialize a whole lot possibly, or maybe that's just lately. But it feels like your intuition is telling you it's time for you to get dressed up in your best and go out and be a little more social. We do have cards that are mirroring each other. So I feel like you are going to find or bump into or meet somebody that you are going to be mirroring energy with. So whatever energy you're in is the energy that they're going to return, and vice versa. Yeah, I feel like you've been staying home. The imprisonment card, though, it feels like people want to, like they're asking you to come out, come on, come out, go with us, be social. And I feel like you are not really into that. I'm going to say that maybe you have in your space that you invite certain people over. Certain people visit with you, but I feel like your social circle is very small. And I feel like you are looking forward to meeting someone. It does feel like someone who might mirror you, possibly. Let's take a look at tarot. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I feel like you're thinking about maybe this is the year that you're having more people over to your home, or you're having home parties, enjoying inviting people over for snacks or whatever it is, socializing, and maybe you're trying to connect with people because of this labyrinth energy. It feels like you're ready to leave the house, to get out there and see what life has to offer. I feel like you have been staying home a lot. We've got a lot of indications of you being home or locked into the home. Yeah, we've got the Hanged Man. You've been in sort of this place where you've been holding back, or you're in a pause, I would say, trying to see something from a different perspective here. And it might be something that is emotional with the Seven of Cups here. Oh, look, the Star is here. Card number 17, which I said I felt sort of there with the storks here. There is I feel someone showing up, and I think it's because manifestation. I think that you've been manifesting someone here. And look, you don't have to be sitting in the meditative position manifesting that way. I mean, whatever your mind goes to the most, that's what you're calling in. So I feel like you have been calling in a connection, because I think you've been ready for it for a little bit here, and you're ready to now to put in the hard work on something that is emotional. All right, the moon is back. We've got card number 18, card number 18. So you might be seeing numbers as of late, I'm going to say. We've got 17, 17. We've got these two numbers that are mirroring each other. And then we have 18 and 18. So you might be seeing numbers that are, 4343, or maybe 1818, maybe ones, maybe eights, fours, or threes. So we've got the Emperor, we've got the Eight of Wands, and we have the Four of Wands. The Star is here with the Seven of Cups and the Hanged Man. So I feel like your life has been in a pause. I feel like you decided to take time out, take time away, stay home. I'm done with society. It feels like, every once in a while, I don't know about you, but I get that way. In order to keep your balance, I feel like you decided that it was time to stay home. But now I feel like your creative juices are flowing, or possibly you found a creative outlet, and now you want to share in that creative outlet with other people. You want to share it with other people. Maybe you're a painter or a potter or a musician, or it feels like you want to share that with other people. And so the door is open. And I feel like you're really ready to give someone the key to your heart or the key to your home. I feel like you're really serious about finding some kind of connection here. We do have the Hanged Man, which tells me you've been in this pause. The Four of Wands is here. Again, an indication of home. So I feel like you've been staying home a lot, that you haven't really been getting out to see people. And I think it's for the reason of balance. I feel like you're just trying to keep your emotional balance, or you're trying to keep your psychic balance. The Hanged Man is Piscean energy. I do see it as quite psychic energy, or listening to your intuition. Look, we never should force ourselves to do things. Things happen when they're supposed to. If we're listening to our intuition and following along, things are just happening the way they're supposed to. I feel like the excitement and the happiness and the celebration, going out, being out there a little more, is about to pick up. The Eight of Wands is here. And so it feels like things are about to move in the right direction. I think you've been manifesting getting more social, being out there, getting in the labyrinth, looking for a connection possibly. The moon energy being here tells me that there is something coming up, because you've been wishing on a star here is what it feels like. And I feel like you're in this King of Wands energy. You're ready to go get what you want, or you're ready to pursue. And I think that you're in the middle right now of some sort of a transitional breakthrough is what it feels like. You're in a moment of growth. Now, I feel like for you, Libra, what that means is you're feeling brave. You're feeling like, I can see the way through. I know which way I'm going. I'm in this good transition. I feel energetic or energized. I feel like I'm growing. I feel like I'm changing. And so I think that you've been through some sort of growth cycle, I would say. And it does feel like what's about to show up for you is something that you, I think, are going to be very passionate about, or someone possibly. Let's take a look at some clarification here. So I feel like you've been spending a lot of time alone, possibly, or maybe just with people, maybe just one or two besties or something. It feels like you've been spending time. But, at the very beginning, we're like, whew, I got out of there and I don't want to deal with those people anymore. But then after time, it becomes a jail, becomes a prison sentence. And so I feel like after a while, you start to feel imprisoned here. I feel like in that time that you've been spending alone, though, it feels like you've done a lot of growing, that you've done a lot of growing, and you've had some sort of a glow up, whether that's mentally or physically. The privileged lady is here, and she's all dressed and decked out, right? And so I think that there has been, we've got two cards that are card number 12 here too. You might be seeing 1212, that you are getting ready to, it's like make a debut. I see this as the Empress. So card number 12, 1 and 2 is a 3. 3 is the number of the Empress in the tarot. And it feels like you're ready to make some sort of debut after not really being social for a while. It feels like maybe you've dropped a lot of weight, or you changed your hair, or you're wearing different clothes, or maybe you are just feeling better about yourself overall. But it feels like you're about to make some sort of debut, because I feel like you've been imprisoned in your home environment for a while. And I don't think you meant to do that, but I think that that's what ended up happening here. Tell me why you're in the Hanged Man energy, because I feel like you were in a pause for a while. We've got the Queen of Wands. We've got the Tower. And we've got the Three of Pentacles. I really feel like the reason that you are not going out, or that you decided, you know what, I'm just better off if I stay home, is because I feel like something shifted in a way. I feel like you were building a foundation with a person, with someone. They could be your friend, or they could be someone who meant more than that to you, but the Queen of Wands is here. This is someone, though, that, is going to do their own thing when they want to do it. And although they can be very loyal, fire energy, right? They can be very loyal, but they will tend to do what they want to do when they want to do it, and they're not going to ask you for permission. It feels like a tower fell as it pertains to the Queen of Wands. It feels like you took a chance, or you took a risk. And it feels like it was with a friendship or with a love ship, and it feels like that came tumbling to the ground. It feels like you two built a foundation of sorts, but I feel like you wanted to go slow and this person wanted to go fast. And it feels like you just ended up, after it all fell to pieces, you ended up in the pause. So in the Hanged Man energy, sort of trying to get a perspective about what actually happened here. It feels like it was whirlwind, or it went really quickly. It's like we jumped into it and all of a sudden it was falling into pieces. So it feels like it became very emotionally overwhelming for you. And so I think that's when you decided, you know what, I'm just going to stay in. I'm going to stay home. I'm just going to do my thing, take care of myself, and focus on me. That's what the Empress would do. And I think that's what you did. But I feel like you have grown some here because of the Emperor. We have the Emperor here, and I feel like you have, we've got the Emperor and the Empress here, by the way. I feel like you've really grown. You've become more stable, more in control. I feel like you're feeling more confident, and that it's time for you to get back out into the labyrinth. It feels like you're ready to go out there and see what's out there. Take a look. I feel like you're ready to fill your home with love, and that you have matured probably emotionally since this happened, since whatever this was, however long ago that might have been. It could have been back in Aries season. It could have been like around March that it broke up possibly. Tell me about the star. What have you been manifesting? Because I feel like you're ready to go out there and look for it. We've got the 9 of Cups. So you've been manifesting inner happiness, peace, I would say. And you've been manifesting wish fulfillment, something that would make you really emotionally happy. And I feel like you now have a better perspective of what it is that you want. And you knew that you have to, in order to get what you want with the star, in order to heal, in order to get your wish fulfillment, I feel like you've realized that you've got to release some things. You've got to sacrifice some things. And it was no longer, you realized that it was no longer you could sacrifice. So it was really about, what do I want? How am I going to heal? And once you came to that healing, the Hanged Man tells me, you began to sacrifice the things that are no longer important to you. Because of perspective of the 9 of Cups, that you decided that you were going to be happy alone. And that's usually when you're ready to date, is when you become happy on your own and you don't need the influence of someone to come into your life to make you happy. So we have the 3 of Swords. It does feel like you have healed a broken heart or disappointment or something that didn't work out for you. You may have done that through journaling or writing things down, possibly writing daily. It's quite good therapy to do journaling. Pardon me. So it does feel like, it feels like you're ready to fly. I'm going to say you're ready to fly. We've got the birds here. You're ready to take a leap. You're ready to get into the labyrinth, and it's time to take a risk because the 8 of Wands is here. It's time to take a risk. You're going to put yourself back out there. Tell me about the 8 of Wands here. Things are about to pick up and get very exciting. Look at that. The Wheel of Fortune has shown up. You really are in a new cycle. I think that you are, or you're approaching a new cycle, which is the new moon. I think it is in Leo. That's coming up on the 24th. The Wheel of Fortune is here. Yeah, change in destiny. You're following right along, Libra. If you think you're behind, you're not. If you think, oh my God, I've been out of the game for so long, look, that's not a thing. I feel like you needed to have time alone in order to get through the glow up or to get through this place where now you look like the privileged lady, whether you're feminine or masculine, whether you're a man or a woman. I feel like you look different, you feel better about yourself, but the Wheel of Fortune is here telling you the destiny's on the way and things start to move forward. I think the last thing you must work on is being a little more vulnerable. I think that you get, possibly with this 4 of Pentacles, that it's really hard for you to be vulnerable. And that's probably why you've been not putting yourself out there. The 6 of Cups tells me that when you're amongst people who make you feel like they're on your side, so people you've known for a long time, who know you for a really long time, it's a lot easier for you to be a little more vulnerable. But I think that when you first meet people, that you try and stay in control. That's what the Emperor is. I feel like you try and keep your feelings under control, your thoughts under control. You're in a very controlled way. And so I feel like this moon energy is telling me that there is something here that I feel is showing up that you don't know is showing up, but I feel like when it does show up, that you are going to want to pursue it. The King of Wands is here. It's going to make you very excited. It's going to make you glad that you actually went out there, I think. And this is already in transition here. I feel like it's going to be showing up for you very soon. We're going to go into the extended and we're going to talk about that. What is in the moon energy? What is showing up soon? Because I feel like you're now healed from something that fell to the ground back here, something that shifted and something that was not necessary in your life. I feel taught you a lesson, a karmic lesson. So this is probably a karmic relationship. And that's what put you in the pause. But I feel like now you're ready to get out of the cage here. You're ready to give someone the key to your heart. I feel like you're ready to have more friends in your home. You want more love in your home. And I feel like you're ready to well, the 7 of Cups is like maybe you've been in this dreamy energy, dreaming of what it would be like if you were to find a partner, right? Because we are looking at the storks, right? And they do come back to the same nest every year, have a partner. You know, they do mate for life, these two. And we do have the Queen of Cups. So I think you're ready for that. I think you're ready for something brand new. We're going to talk about what is showing up for you that is brand new. And we're not just talking about love. We're talking about, it feels like that there might be something that you're willing to share with other people in terms of maybe something you do creatively, or you're wanting to invite more people to your home, to invite invite them in to see that thing. So we'll be talking about that as well. So I'm going to go to the extended. If you want to be there, there is a link. All of my links are in the pinned comment under every video. You can purchase the extended for this particular reading if this is all you're interested in. If you don't want to come to the membership area, you don't have to. But the link for the membership area, if you'd like to join us there, is also in the pinned comment. And there still are sales on for live readings. So anywhere from 5 to 75% off of live readings with me over the phone, in text, via video. And the sale for the pre-recorded readings has actually already come to an end. So thank you for those of you who did book with me. And thank you for letting me read your energy. 10 of Cups is coming, my friend. We're going to talk about that as we get into the extended. I'm going to go for now, but I will be back because I'm always back. Y'all know it. And we will go to the extended. If this is where we part, that's okay. I'll be back. You guys take care. Bye-bye.